welcome to This Knitty Life. My name is Rachel. I'm coming to you from Leeds, West Yorkshire, where I live with my husband, my 2 children and my 2 puppy dogs. Should we do the thing? 2 hamsters, still 6 fish. No one's dead yet. That's nice. Thank you very much for joining me today. I have got a non-episode episode for you today. I did a little bit of a poll on my Instagram. My Instagram is this_knitty_life, and I am reward on Ravelry should you want to find me there. And we are doing a shawl haul today. So thank you very much to everyone who has come back for another round. I've had a really big influx of subscribers this week. So hi, welcome. I'm Rachel. My dog is down here snoring her little face off. So apologies if she snores. If it gets too loud, I'll wake her up. So yes, it is a cloudy but sunny but chillier day today in Leeds, West Yorkshire. The sun is at the front of the house and I'm in the back of the house, so it feels really cold here. I'll tell you what I'm wearing, shall I? This is, I'll shuffle. I went a bit further back because I've got shawls to show you. I thought you might need the space. This is the Mon Manet sweater. I wrote it down and everything. Should see all my notes. I've got quite a lot. By Joanna Healing. I did this in 2019. It's the Mon Manet and it is a fingering weight jumper held with fingering weight. So it's not a fingering weight jumper at all. So this, I can't even remember what yarn it is, but it's just held together with the drops. If I can use my little noggin. I know that it was at Edinburgh Yarn Festival yarn, if that's maybe Garn Stories. So yeah, so it's knit inside out and then turned the right way. I'll have a look on the other side. Yeah, I'm sure it's knit that way around, and then you, I can't remember, it was a while ago, but I like it, and I'm like, why have I not worn this before? Because it's quite springy. I didn't stripe it, I just did it all the way down. It's not pulled or anything. It looks a bit stripy in the picture, but it's not really. So yes, I have got many shawls to show you today. I've made a list, very big list, of what to show you. So we'll just jump into it. Me being me, I have certainly made several of the same shawls, so it'll be interesting to see how many of each I have made. What I might do is this morning I woke up, it's my day off today, it's Tuesday, so it's Tuesday the 11th of March. It's day off day, which is the best day. I did loads of screenshots from Ravelry of the projects that I did, and then what I think I might do is, instead of doing all the banners at the bottom, although it looks neater, it takes ages, frankly, make sure they're the same font, they're the same size, they're the same bubble and all of that in CapCut. I think I'll just insert the screenshot like here of my Ravelry page, and then it says what year I did it, how long it took, and the designer. So you got like a smidgen of the actual pattern picture, but yeah, so I've gone through all of those this morning, and I've got quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe about 15. No, maybe more than that. I brought my iPad just in cases, just so you know what we're working with. This is what we're working with. So there's quite a lot, to say the least. So you'll certainly recognise some of them. I live in some. There's some that I wear all the time. There's some I've not worn, touched, seen for years, like this one. Yes, there's an awful lot. So we'll go through them. I'm probably gonna not do it in any kind of order. Just I might I'll start with my favourite, shall I? The one I wear the most. You can see the end of it. Right. Kicking off with, I'm trying to get the right way around. This is Dotted Rays, and this is a Stephen West pattern. So this is why I sat further back. So I don't know the names of the Archie stuff, but I think this is all in Spectrum. So you can see you start here and you add these big old holes, and then you get bigger and it gets longer, and like the section stops here. So they're not too long, the rows. I really love this one. I wear this one lots. It looks massive, but it's not really, because the sections are so small, like in terms of colour. So some of these rows are a bit longer at the end, I guess, in hindsight. So I knit this one ages ago, but I wear this one all the time, actually. This is one of my most, I wear my litmus the most, to be honest, but I just wear it like this. That's how I wear most of them, you'll find. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all in Spectrum fibre. Because, you know, it's my jam. Look. This bit is nuts. Like, yeah, the ends weren't much fun to weave in, but yeah, so I'm going to keep this on for a second because I am a bit chilly. But what I'm going to do, is it here? Yes. I'm going to go swiftly into, this is a dotted raise, and I did this one, I feel like so much of it is around Edinburgh Yarn Festival. There's so many like core memories with, not necessarily my early knitting days, but when like we all got really into it. And I tried to make the same shawl, a dotted raise, for the show. And as I've mentioned before, I don't excel in reading patterns, and I completely, I don't know what I did, but this isn't the shape it's supposed to be. So bearing in mind, this is probably the last Edinburgh Yarn Festival was 2019. And I think that it was before this. So this has been wrong and just sat. I don't really think it's wearable. So basically I forgot to turn. So it looks nothing like it. So I guess you start here where this one did. And I have no idea. I have no idea what I did. But we all go wrong. I can definitely see some hedgehog in here. This has got to be hedgehog in here. I can't quite remember what the other ones are, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, it does have an I-cord running down it. I don't know what I did. I completely, and if I can be bothered, I'll put some pictures of like what it even looked like on the needles, and I don't know how I didn't interpret like this isn't going right. And then I think I just cast it off at the end, and I think I actually just wore it. I'm sure I wore it there in hindsight, looking at thinking about the pictures in my brain. I think I did actually wear it. But yes, this one went wrong, but it has still just been hanging around. And a few of you, the ones that follow me on Instagram, I posted like a, sounds bad saying toilet selfie, but I was in the bathroom in the mirror, and the shawls are behind me, and that's how I got the idea to do a shawl haul first. So yeah, so I'm just going to stick with Stephen West for a little bit. So I do have a few of these. I wear this one an awful lot. This is Exploration Station, which many people have had. So this is, I'm not going to be able to remember all the yarns. I know the light grey is Stranded Dye Works, who's not dyeing anymore. I feel like this bluey colour is King Fibres. Can't remember what the neons are. So yeah, I love these ones. So you can see how big this one is. I can remember the finished object pictures I took of this one were at one of the yarn shows in Leeds. It's in Armley Mills. This is massive. It's a bit more deeper than dotted rays, I guess. I wear this one a lot too. I do have a few of these, just FYI. But yeah, the finished object pictures are at Armley Mills, and it was a really sunny day, and we used to all go there, and it used to be a really good show. It's a strange little show because they don't really advertise it. It's bizarre, but never mind. This one, compared to the other ones, has everything in it. You'll see what I've done to the other ones. So it's like knit, 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 and then there's a big brioche section, which I didn't do because I don't do brioche. My friend did it. I'm sure this is the one she did. I think this is the only one I've got with brioche. I'm sure I exchanged doing some knitting for her doing this section. And I think we went away on a weekend to the lakes, actually, with some knitting people donkeys ago. Yeah, and she did this section for me. This one underneath, I'm sure it's called something like Sassy Slips. It was a nightmare. It took ages and ages. And then this bottom bit is kind of like reverse garter, but that takes ages too. I've not made a shawl for a million years. I need a better fun thumbnail. Last week's thumbnail was terrible. I don't know whether I fold them up because they're just literally on a hook over the door in the bathroom. I am gonna maybe use this time as well to kind of think like, actually I've not worn this for 500 years, and we've got a local place in the community where you can kind of donate stuff, as in terms of it's a food pantry, but there's a knitting group that is run there as well, and they often have like baby knits or mittens and hats and things like that for the community to just take. So I might actually just donate some there because I'm definitely not wearing them all. Right, so another, oh, I'm lying, this one's all complete too. Another exploration station. This is not neon. Yeah, bizarre. Not neon. A lot of this looks like Beehive yarns. So again, the garter at the top. Maybe it was this one she did the brioche for. There's definitely an error on both of the brioches. And then if you note this one, the sassy slips area looks a bit shorter than the last one. Probably because I got sick. I know this bottom bit is definitely Beehive. This, or the top bit on the bottom, this pinky colour is one of her first ones. It's sparkly by the looks of it. But that's quite unlike me, this colour palette. But again, round like this. And like this. I've had my hair cut today. Yes. Back to super short, but I need it to wash it myself to style it properly. This bit's doing something because I didn't wash it after I got up and it's sticking up. But yes, back to shorter. Yes, there we go. So that's another one. Any more for any more? Haha, yes. I think this is the last one. Yeah. So this one, controversially, I did all in garter because, as mentioned, I don't like brioche. Well, I like how it looks, but I don't like doing it. So again, quite neutral for me, I say, with the bright neon border. This is Garn Stories, and that is definitely an Edinburgh Yarn Festival colourway that I got. I had this one for years. I can't remember the dye, but I don't think they're dyeing anymore, this one. And that orange looks like Killer Flamingo from Rainbow Heirloom. So as you can see, I have just done garter all the way on this one. My wrap is about to come off, so I'm really trying not to catch it. So I've done garter all the way on this one. I did have to fudge the pattern and fudge the numbers a bit, but it worked out fine. It's giant wingspan size. I did actually take this one to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and I spoke to Stephen when I went with Carly, and I think I showed him it, and I think he was mildly horrified. I was like, I don't like brioche. And he's like, go home tonight and learn how to do brioche and bring it back tomorrow, because I'll come back the next day. And I was just like, no, I can't do it. And he was, you either can do it or you can't do it. Again, quite a deep thing, so it's good over a coat. I'm cold. I think it's because I've got, I don't have socks on, I've just got Toms on my feet and I've got bad circulation. Yes, so that is another one. What else? I might see if I've got other Stephen Wests. I have, but which ones are they? They're his lesser known ones. This one? Ooh, this is a really old one. I'll put the date on, but I can't remember when. So ickle and not quite. This is a Stephen West, believe it or not. This is Daybreak. This is probably before I got into indie, based on what it is. I'm not sure what's happened with this bit. But this is Daybreak, and this is by Stephen West. I'm sure of it. So I don't wear this one, so it's tiny, this one. So you could, I guess you could probably tie it here. So I think this one is a one that I would pass on. I guess if anyone is desperate for any of them, then let me know if you want to pay postage, because postage is £1 million. Yes, so this is Daybreak, that's Stephen West, so it's like this size. So it's not tiny, but it's quite shallow. So that's that one. There's another one that's him as well. I tried to write all his names together. Boneyard. I've got a boneyard. Where's the boneyard? I can't remember them all. Nope, that's not you, that's not you. Sorry, Peggy. What does that one look like? Hang on, I knew I'd have to have a look. Boneyard. There's so many. I'm gonna be here all day. Oh, it's the flash is on, so it looks a lot brighter. This is teeny. This is a boneyard shawl, and I don't think it comes with a ruffle normally, but I did do another pattern which I don't have, called Just Enough Ruffles. I used to have a rabbit called Ruffles. So look how tiny this one is. This is a 4-ply, teeny weeny, and this is called the Boneyard Shawl. I think this one's free on his site. I think I've done a couple of these, but then I didn't do the haulies down the middle. But this is a really easy starter pattern, so it's just knitting and then a garter ridge, and then I think I added this ruffle on, which doesn't seem like me now. I do definitely feel like my knitting style has changed, as well as my whole entire personality and the way I dress and the way I communicate and everything. But these were definitely quite old when I made these ones. Judging where they are on my Ravelry, Theo's nearly 9, and I bet they're pre-Theo. So easy 10 years ago. Again, that one's going to go in the don't want any more pile. I think that will have been just commercial sock. Have I even got that one? I can't see that one, and I've got it on my list. I will. I can't find it, but one of the earliest patterns on it was Ishbel, which is by Isolde Teague. I'll put some pictures in here. One of the pictures of me, and it's one of my favourite pictures of me. It's in my mother-in-law's study, this picture, and I like it. Again, that was 100 years ago. That one was actually knit in cotton. And again, it says the Ishbels was a very, very popular pattern back in the day. It's a very, very lacy pattern, which I wouldn't kind of dream of doing now. But yeah, that was a really popular one. It was red, and it was in a lacy colour. So I'm just gonna keep going because I'll be here all day. Right, this one. You'll recognise this one if you have been knitting for a while. If you can remember the name of it. Can you remember? This is the Clapotis. This is a French one. This one is in Debbie Bliss Cashmerino Aran. I never wear this one. It is really snuggly. I really like the colour still. But yeah, this one is really quite old. This was like a drop stitch one. You do a big giant. It's bigger than my wingspan. I can't even see you, but like there's lots. So where you did the drop stitch, there's quite a few clicks in it, but you did the drop stitch on it, so that was fun. But yeah, this was an Aran one. It's big. Again, I don't think I'd knit anything like this again. It's caught on my rings. Got my blue ones on today. These are Qudo, Quudo, and they are, I'm not showing them for a while, they're interchangeable doofers. I don't wear my wedding rings very much because they don't really fit. I've got 2 of them. Where's my other one? Aha. This one I started on my honeymoon. So I got married in 2012, and I've got pictures of this on the aeroplane heading off to my honeymoon. So this is a 4-ply one. I'm not quite sure why that bit's solid on the end. Again, this doesn't look very well blocked. This looks like a first kind of foray, is that the right word? Into 4-ply, into indie. So this was 2012. I've got pictures on the aeroplane. For some reason, I've not dropped the stitches here. I don't know why. But it's kind of long and thin. Kind of rectangle-y. I guess, how would I wear this one? But in theory, you're supposed to like pull it and block it. Long. You could totally do that. Let's get a little closer. You could totally get away with that, couldn't you? I've just got so many that I don't. This is why I've not knit shawls in ages. Yes. This one I've got a few of. This is the Colourfield shawl, and it is colour American wear without the U, and this is by Kemper Ray. I can't remember her. I don't know if does she still dye? Sorry, one sec. I can't remember her. I'm sure she dyes yarn. Kemper Ray, anyway. Ray with a W, R-A-Y. Yep, so this is, what I just said, sweet. What's it called? Colourfield by Kemper Ray with a K. So this is a DK shawl, this one. It is 2 colours together. It's quite wide, but not terribly deep. So it's a triangular shawl. I'll have a little try on. I guess I'm so used to wearing my exploration stations, it almost feels small now, but it's not particularly. I definitely don't wear it. I've got a few of these just to warn you, but this is a really fun contrast colour one. If you've like this isn't a huge contrast at all for me now. So if you've got 2 like DK yarns, this is a really nice one actually. But yeah, this was definitely a long time ago, so I'll put the picture up wherever it is. But yeah, you've got 2 skeins of DK that you know what to do. My husband banging around upstairs like a maniac. Thank you for all of your lovely stories on your hamster exploits. I got some in my eye. That was hilarious. There was one where they went into a mattress, which sounds like a nightmare. Jeez Louise. It says Colourfield Shawl 2. This one? Yes, this one. So this one is starting to get a bit more me-like. So this is, again, Colourfield. This is, I'll let you know. Colourfield Shawl. And these, that is definitely King Fibres. Is it? Oh no, I thought it was King Fibres, but now I think it might be Spectrum. So like a much higher contrast here. But yeah, really easy first project. I don't know why I don't wear them really, but got lippy on. But yeah, it's super cute really. I know you could have like a shawl pin or something. Sometimes I would like lift this bit up. I know, on the internet with this over my face. Hang on. And then like knot it under here. Does anyone else do that? And like literally kind of wear it as a bib. Like if I knot it there and then have it like that, that kind of keeps it in place. These are super duper nice. The temperature took a dramatic turn this week. Last week was quite glorious in Leeds. As you know, I'm a teaching assistant and I'm outside an awful lot with my pal Anna. And we were very chilly yesterday. Very, very, very. And we're like, brr. So this would have kept us warm. We'd progressed to our spring coats a little bit early because the previous week was really nice. So yeah, that is, again, Colourfield Shawl. Oh, there's a third one. Creature of Habit, Rachel. Again, this is dipping into indie, so I think it's the green is indie and the purple is, it looks like a Malabrigo to be honest. I think it's when I really begrudged 2 indies in a shawl. Like, well, then that's a really expensive shawl, and obviously the price of everything's gone up significantly. But there's a little slip stitch in there. But yeah, that's another one. This one is Lala Simple Shawl, and this is by, let's get her name right, Laura Linneman. She's, I literally just commented on her post this morning. She's in Scotland with Jude at the minute. But this is, again, another contrast DK one. It's really like plump, this one, whatever this is. But this is donkeys old, donkeys. But really easy shawl. So if you're looking for something easy, just to get you going and get you started on shawl making. Or a quick one, so there's some reverse garter here, and then slip stitches, a bit of eyelets. It's very, very similar to the Colourfield one, actually, in terms of size, maybe not quite as long here. Yeah. Let's do a size check. So again, that is DK, and it's Lala's Simple Shawl. I think she's called Lala on Instagram. Maybe. Right. One you'll all know. I have lived in this for years. Hitchhiker. This is Martina Bame, isn't it? This is definitely indie. This I got this one at the Armley. I'll get a bit closer because the light looks funny. I got this one at the Armley show, this yarn, I'm sure I did. This is one of my first hand dyed. And I don't know what gauge I've knit it at, but it's a really nice, words, Rachel? Gauge? No. Fabric? But I wear this one. I've wore this one to death because it's so nice to... And you know what? I've tried to... Oh, look how fun it is. I've tried to make so many of these, again, in different colours because it's so wearable, this one. It's like little without... but warm without being pointless, if you know what I mean. And it was such a popular pattern. Like if you go on Ravelry, I don't want to go off my page, but I'm sure there's millions of these ones. It was so popular. My sister made one because she used to knit. She doesn't anymore, but she used to knit. So my mum's got one, she's got one. But I've actually got one in the drawer of Doom in an advent calendar from Spectrum that I'd started, and then I haven't actually picked up again. But look how fun it is. I don't know why I haven't. Like I need to knit like a neon one of these, don't I? Yes, Rachel. Because it's so good, and I think it's like you start here, don't you? You probably all know this because you probably got one, and then you add the teeth, and you're supposed to knit a certain amount of teeth. Who's just made one? I was watching Hannah from Hannah's Happy Place. I found some new podcasts lately, and Hannah is one of them. And I went back. So normally when I find a new podcast, I'll watch the latest episode, see what they're making, and like if it's kind of my jam. And then if I like it, I'll normally maybe watch the one before, and then like, yes, I'm definitely set on it. So I think I've gone back with Hannah. I think she was a bit sporadic in her posting, but I think I've gone back about 6 months, maybe. I can't quite remember. I've gone back, but I know she was knitting one. I don't know when it was. It might have been like 2 years ago, but she was knitting one quite recently. And I've not seen anyone knit one for years. But yeah, this would be gorgeous in a Spectrum. I've got so many Spectrums. So yeah, she was making one. I can't remember what colour it is, but I can just remember her knitting one. But yes, I wear this one a lot. Size-wise, it's quite long, but the rows aren't long because they're short. So I guess the longest one is like this. It's pretty long, isn't it? It depends what you like. So I'm sure it's like a 4-row repeat, and I think that's why I said I only knit simple patterns. You'd think my kids were like tiny babies, and they're just not. Yeah, Martha's 12 in September and Theo's 9. Soon it's nearly his month till his birthday. He's very excited that it's April next month, and April's his birthday month. Anything that he can link with numbers in any way, shape or form. We do have neurodivergent children. His thing is numbers. Martha's is absolutely not. His is definitely numbers. Definitely. He's so clever. But yeah, it's his birthday month next month, and don't we know it. That one, a winner chicken dinner, easy peasy. I'm sorry if you could see her little face. Right, this one I've got a lot of. So this is by, and I've tried for ages. I keep on mixing the Instagram names in my head, and I know I've got Down Sheepy Lane in my head and Down Cellar Studio. It's something, I'm sure it's something Cellar. She is called Jen Lasoda? I can't even read my own writing. She's called Jen Down Cellar Studio. I think that's what it was. I've tried to look, and like I've searched Jen, I've searched Jennifer, I've searched Down. I couldn't find anything. So this is the House Brook shawl. So I used to listen to, God, it's so creased. I used to listen to her audio podcast when podcasts were just audio all the time. And she has loads of nieces and nephews, and lots of her patterns are the same name. So I've got a couple more are the name of her nieces and nephews. So this is, again, nothing too tricky, completely gartery start. Probably, I don't know if it's hands, I think I want to say handspun, hand dyed or not, but like a lacy bit at the bottom could do with a block out. But again, I probably wouldn't do this. Lots of slip stitches and stuff. maybe I would like to do this again. I haven't actually officially released my bingo thing because I can't figure out how to put it in a thing. But lace is on there, and I want to do the Whitmore, and I would really like another go at cables. I've not done them for years and years. So I might just do the mittens. What I might do is another podcast episode is I have got so many jumpers that aren't indie. Dun, dun, dun. And they're all like under the bed in boxes, but like I've got like 4 owls jumpers. Is that Kate Davies? I've got Antler, the Antler pattern, which is a tin can knit. That's all cables. I've got, can you remember when we watched Inside Number 23 and Katie, she knit, I can't remember the name of it now, but it was a cropped, I'll put a picture. It was a cropped, it was fully cabled, and like cables going here and here and here. And I think I knit 2 or 3 of them. Can't think what it's called now, but the things that I just wouldn't have now, or not necessarily wouldn't wear. If you got them out now, I'd wear them perfectly happily. But I do find it interesting. Like, have you noticed that your tastes have changed? Or do you still like the same kind of stuff? So there's another one. This looks like, this is Knitting Goddess yarn. So this is another House Brook. Again, single skein. I'm supposed to be podcasting then. We're supposed to be going out for lunch. And now it's late. And we're pushing it, frankly. I went and got my hair done, and then I went to the shops and picked some bits and bobs up at the Springs, which is a shopping centre near me. Some bits and bobs, and then I came home and I've been trying to work with my die candy minis. I did a bit of the weekend. It's just taken ages to kind of figure out what I want to do. And then I had a bit of a wobble. Did a big hoover and then had a bit of a wobble. So I'm not sure what was going on there. I was just hoovering, and then I got my heart started going, and I got a bit shaky, and I thought I was going to faint. And I'm like, is this an anxiety thing? I've had too much sugar. Like, it wasn't much fun. So I am a bit late in the thing. Right, so House Brook. I've got another one. I feel like I've got quite a lot of that one. Yes. So this is, I guess, starting to get more me-like. This feels really thin. So these are very, I'd call this a shawlette, despite the length. Would you call it a shawlette? They're small. Again, I don't really wear this one. Got that one. This is a House Brook too, but this has got silk in it, so it's really stretchy. I think the pictures when I went through this morning, this is worn with a shawl pin to my, no, it's not my cousin's wedding. That was another shawl. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, despite it being my day off. Stupid body clock. I was really, really annoyed. I've clearly gone wrong somewhere here. That doesn't look right, does it, that line? But yeah, this is another one. It's got a bit bigger because I think it's silk. Those lines are a bit too open for me. But I don't wear this one either. Oh, my wedding shawl isn't here. My wedding shawl's not here. And another one. So my wedding shawl that I did was, I think, oh, and there's another one too. It's AILA Grace Shawl, and again that's from Jen from Down Cellar Studios. I'm going with that. No, I'm lying. That's the one I wore to my cousin's wedding. That's why I was dressed up. I can see the picture in my head. I'll put a picture. It's like a grey colour, and I had a blue dress on for my cousin's wedding, and Martha was a little tot, just walking, and she didn't walk. She was 22 months. Just for anyone worrying that their kids are behind, both of my kids were 22 months, and then they walk within days of each other, like of them turning the same age. 22 months, and you get like 8-month-olds walking, and you're like, mental. Yes, that was great. I'll post a picture. Again, it's just these little shawlette things. And my wedding one was Roses Are Red, and that's by Rose Beck. I think I just had it literally on for a couple of photo ops, but I'll put a picture of it. There, that again was just small 4-ply jobby and bits of lace. This one, I can't remember the name. I know what I called it, but I can't remember what it was officially called. Curses. I'll put it on screen. I call this the Wilma shawl. So again, plain top and then a bit at the bottom. So a bit of lace at the bottom. So fun story. Wilma dog isn't my first Wilma. So before we had kids, we had bunnies. And those of you who have followed me for a long time in my scrapbooking world will probably know this. And that I had bunnies, Wilma, sorry Piggy, you just look so cute, I couldn't resist touching you. Wilma and Olive. And Wilma was grey, she was literally this colour, and Olive was black. And they were gorgeous little bunnies. They were little lops. German dwarf lops, maybe? Oh, they were so gorgeous. And one was called Wilma, and Wilma didn't live very long, really. She was only, I think, a year and a half, maybe, when we lost her. And I always loved that name, and I kind of felt like a wasting it. And the kids didn't, like, no, I didn't have Martha then. So she died on my sister's birthday, and I was at a wedding. And it was horrible. It was, anyone who's ever had rabbits, my mum's always said, if you don't eat, you don't poo. If you don't poo, you die. In rabbit land, that happens in 24 hours. They get ill and they die really, really quickly. And she was really unwell. Trigger warning. And we got her in the car and we drove to the vet, and it was about midnight. And because of where I live in Leeds, and at the time we had like a Micra, no, it was Corsa, we got pulled over by the police. We weren't speeding, but they're like, this is very suspicious that you're out in your car at midnight. What are you doing? Where are you going? And I literally had my bunny, my dying bunny, in my arms, and he pulled us over, and I was hysterical, like, let us go, let us go. So we drove over to the other side of, not necessarily of Leeds, but to, is it Holly House, which is the vet's that's like a late night one. And yeah, they tried to save her, but alas couldn't. But I really, really begrudged that police officer who was just stereotyping us because it was like, I guess it looked like a bit of a boy racery car. Wilma shawl. I'll keep this one, despite me not wearing it. Oh, here is another. Oh, this is a different one. This is, I think this is the Age of Brass and Steam. I think. So they're all kind of a similar situation here of plain, and then these are eyelets with a garter surround. I'm conscious that my phone's going to ding dong in 10 minutes and I hate having to edit it. That one, this feels like DK. Age of Brass and Steam, it says Orange Flower Yarn, which is the company. This one is a fun one. This is one of my favourite yarns, actually. This is the Bendy Arrow, and it's by, she's French, isn't she? Bendy Arrow is by Charlotte Bory, B-O-R-Y. So this is fun. So it's two yarns, can't remember which end you started in, but this colour, oh, it's so good. I can't remember who it is now. But it is a bit of a strange shape. Let me turn it this way around it. Go right back. So it's like a bend, it's literally a bendy arrow. You see? But this is super, it's fun. I don't know how, so this is old as garter, how practical the shape is. Like in theory, is it, isn't it? Probably no worse than the others, but yep, that's another gorgeous one. 4-ply, 2 skeins, 2 contrasting colours, a big stripy bit. Easy enough. This one I didn't make, but someone gifted me. This is a Trillion, I think, and I think this is one by Martina Baim as well. I have refreshed myself on these, but if I'm forgetting some, then sorry. This is probably a Knitting Goddess because she always knit in Knitting Goddess. This friend who made this Scully. Oh, that's unraveling a bit. But this is a long. Same maker as the Hitchhiker, but it's super duper long. Ugh. Probably quite good for my short neck. Yeah, it's really long, this one. 4-ply one. What are you? Oh, don't make these things easy for myself. Oh look, I did have this. Can't really see my wedding shawl. And where's that other one? I do want to touch on this one as well. Another Age of Brassenstein, because I got it for my granny. I've probably got that somewhere too. Knit one for my granny when she went through her cold stage, which wasn't a very nice stage. Yeah, it looks like I've knit one. This one's not there. Leafy shawl. I knit one for my mother-in-law a million years ago. What was I doing? I was looking for this one. I'm so good at this. Can't even see it. I've just searched the word shawl on my Ravelry. If that helps, if anyone wants to look at anything. That's that just enough ruffles I mentioned. The nightmare to cast off. I can't remember what this is. I will put the details on. This is hedgehog fibres though, so I can definitely see and tell that. Is this going on too long? Are you coming back for a break? Have you made any of these? Bet you have. This one is 3 Pips by Amy Meeks, and they used to have a podcast as well. Again, I saw them in Edinburgh Yarn Fest. 2 sisters, and I forgot their names because it's been so long. But they look really similar, but they're not twins. And the stories they had a third sister who sadly passed away, and they were the 3 Pips. I think it's like 3 Ps as well. So yeah, a bit of lace down here, but they were lovely ladies. Bit of sparkle there. Can't quite remember the yarns of this. I think that's down Sheepy Lane actually. That fawny coloured one. And that's it. Does this count as a shawl? Technically it's a shawl, but it's my advent calendar from Jen at Castleview Yarns. So I've got a couple of minutes. I've not got my watch on today. Don't know why I looked. So yeah, let me know if you have made any of these. Was that any good? Was that okay? I'm aware that Fran from Franny Do Makes, and I feel like she teams with someone on this one, does a shawl, not a shawl-a-thon, shawl along maybe, soon-ish, so maybe that's giving you some inspiration of what to do. I do have a shawl on the needles, which I can't actually find. It's a Stripometry, is it, by Stephen West, and I've got that in Botanical Yarns, but I've not been able to put my hands on it for some reason. I've had it in my head for the last couple of weeks, but I can't seem to find it. So yeah, a fair array of shawls. They're in different ability and different difficulties. I'll add the pictures, and I hope the pictures aren't looking too messy, but I'll just be on till Christmas kind of figuring it out otherwise. And nobody wants that, do they? So yeah, that's probably about it for me today. I'll come back next week with a normal episode, and I probably should do some knitting. I don't feel like I've done a great deal. I'll do a waffle, shall I? I've been really procrastinating of late, of like, yes, I want to knit, but I'm not actually physically doing it, and it's maddening. That's a real ADHD thing that I struggle with, procrastination. Like I really want to do something and it brings me joy and it makes me happy, but actually getting the momentum to do it. Someone's at my door, my father-in-law, getting the momentum to do it, I find really difficult. So yeah, I don't feel like I've achieved a great deal lately. I did block my love note, my navy blue one, so I'll maybe wear that on the next episode. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. Again, thank you much for all of the subscribes and all of the likes and all of the shares. Thank you to lovely Hannah of Corner of Craft, who did a shout out for me on her latest episode. Had some people come over from there, so that was lovely. If you've come over from somewhere, anywhere, who might have given me a shout out, then please let me know so I can go and thank them, because it does make a huge difference. It was my goal to get to 1,000 by the end of the year, and I'm nearly there now, which is nice. Really nice. So yeah, it is kind of giving me lots of joy. Not a really joy, don't say that word a lot, it feels strange. It's making me happy. Check on my numbers, and Theo's checking my numbers quite frequently. He said one of my first videos has got to 1,000. He's like, you've never got to 1,000 before on any of them. So he's very excited about that. So yeah, I think that is it. Let me know if you've made any of these at all, or you would like to make one of them. Any details that I might be missing, just drop me a comment below, and I'm pretty prompt in getting back to you. So if something's not clear, then just send me a message. If you want to know certain yarns, I think I used to actually put the yarns on Ravelry back in the day, so they are probably there. So it's a reward on Ravelry if you want to go and find me. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope this has been a little bit of light relief for you, and I hope you're all doing well and you've got something fun to work with and something fun to do. Stay safe. Bye-bye. As a side note, I find it really hard to finish podcasts because other people's endings come in my head, and then I worry that I'm copying them because they're in my head. I feel like I just did that. And I feel like I've done it on other ones before. So if I have done that, I'm sorry. It's really hard not to. Like, it's hard not to. But yes, goodbye.